Hey, what's up, everybody? What's happening? It is I, the actual King Smith, and I'm back, bit Bizak, here as one half of the sports bar at WTF Nation Radio / U.S Army W.T.F moments. I know we were not live last week, and y'all missed me, but I was at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in some club level seats watching the Falcons Chiefs game, and let me tell y'all, having experienced that, I do not want to experience peasant level seats ever again in my lifetime because, man, let me tell y'all, that stadium and those seats were phenomenal. I'm in the process of putting together a video that you can find at the Sports Bar USA's page over on Facebook. So if you're not following the Sports Bar USA on Facebook, go follow that page. But I'm not the only host here at the Sports Bar on WTF Nation Radio. I got my main man, the one, the only, and the host for today's sports trivia. Coach is in the building. Coach, let the people know something.
What do you hear? What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? Dun, 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 dun. It's my favorite night. You know why? Because it is sports trivia night, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, I hope you all are doing well. And I am actually really excited about this night, King. And I am excited because, after 2 weeks being off, and I had a good fishing trip last week. You had a good trip to Atlanta. And I got really tired of looking at you for the stands, and I couldn't see you there, man. I could have sworn to you were that guy that was either in behind Samuel L. Jackson, in front of Samuel L. Jackson, or to the left or right of Samuel L. Jackson. There was a lot of people there, and I think that was you that was there. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that I was looking for you at the game last Sunday.
They didn't want all this sexy up on that screen, man. Let me tell you. But Coach, I have to tell you, man, I saw my first NFL stadium fight that happened right behind me, about 3 rows behind me. Not sure what sparked it, but it was 2 people wearing the same gear that decided to start throwing blows at each other.
All right, were they wearing Falcons gear or were they wearing Chiefs gear?
They were both wearing Falcons gear.
Okay, they were debating whether or not 28-3 was Matt Ryan's fault or it was because of Tom Brady. I mean, and if anybody actually is a true Falcons fan, they'll say it's Matt Ryan's fault because he could have just scored one daggone extra or one field goal and would never have had collapsed. But hey, let me ask you something. And seeing that you were there over there at Megatron's butthole and saw all of the great things that they have, like how the thing opens up like Megatron's butthole up there on the top and the Mercedes-Benz Dome, and then what is it? It's not the Oculus. The Oculus is in LA. This is like the ring. The ring. What's it called? Thing. The video board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video board's pretty cool. But you also had. If my understanding is correct, the one restaurant everybody wanted to eat at on Sunday Night Football, but it was closed because they don't open on Sunday.
Oh, wow. I didn't hear
Yeah, there's a Chick-fil-A there, man. What the heck?
Oh, they have a Chick-fil-A. Why would you have a Chick-fil-A? You know what? That sounds like some down south Georgia shit right there.
Hey, it was started in Atlanta, and you got to, it's open during the week. So, you go there, you're able to eat there. And then on Saturdays, that's like the most popular place if there's any college football games going on there.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Well. Dude, I have to tell you, I haven't been to every NFL stadium, but I've been to a lot. And by far, this was one of my favorite stadiums to visit. Now, I've been to the old Falcon Stadium, man. I forgot what that damn stadium was called.
The Georgia Dome.
The Georgia Dome. Yeah, it was simply the Georgia Dome. And that was cool. But look, this stadium was fantastic. I've heard that the one in Vegas was like next level. And the Vikings, I heard that the Viking Stadium was like cream of the crop. So those are 3 other stadiums that I would definitely want to check out.
I've been told about the same thing regarding Allegiant Stadium, SoFi in
SoFi.
what's it called? SoFi in Los Angeles, and this one in Atlanta. I think it's all the new ones that have started to come up that the technology has finally come up where the experience is actually really daggone nice over there.
Nice, nice.
Like,
Coach. Oh, so I'm sorry. Go ahead. You had something else to say.
Sparta HQ Network just put in MetLife is the best one because it's the Jets' home. No, it sucks. MetLife Stadium looks like a freaking mid 2000s toaster that that is barely working right now and only works on one side, and that yeah, sorry about that. There's no way about that, but yeah, man, Atlanta's one of the ones I want to go see. God, there's another one that's opening up soon that you should be on your list, and that's that new Nissan Stadium over in Nashville. I believe that will be the next 2 or 3 seasons. That will actually be opened up, and that's supposed to be a phenomenal stadium. Like, it's supposed to look like an actual building on the outside, not a stadium. And then I believe the new Highmark Stadium up in Buffalo is getting built too. So
good deal. Good deal.
there's a couple new ones coming.
Nice. Man,
Yeah.
I know that I'm looking forward to it. I just need to also make sure that my pockets can afford to go to some of these places because I was able to get into the Falcon Stadium because of a really good network of friends who I have and somebody that club level seats that wasn't going to be able to attend the game. So I asked him for 2 tickets. He had 2 tickets available.
Hell yeah.
Hooked it up.
That's awesome.
Could I have afforded the tickets on my own? Yeah, but it would have set me back more than what I would have budgeted for.
Yeah.
But
I get you.
Have the opportunity to take advantage of some of that stuff. Definitely take advantage of it.
Yeah. Actually, I am going to be taking advantage of something in a couple weeks, and that kind of goes into what we're doing for tonight with Sports Bar Trivia.
Yeah, man. Hey, speaking of the trivia, I'm going to go ahead and post it up on the screen here.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
And then give people time enough to join. And while I'm doing that, I am going to just kind of talk about sports happenings and stuff here during the week. So, y'all, we're doing Sports Bar Trivia tonight. On the screen here, you will see a QR code that you can scan to join. So if you're on one device and you have another device, you can scan this QR code that will take you straight to the room. If not, on the screen here, if you go to crowd.live, that is crowd.live/3 Foxtrot 2 Hotel November 3F2HN. 3F2HN is the code to get into our room. Okay, the directions, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. You can go to crowd.live and enter the code 3F2HN, which you can see scrolling on the screen here to be able to get in. Now, we have some amazing prizes, but if we don't hit our threshold of active players, what's that number, Coach? Are we going to say 8?
Yeah, I think we're going to say 8 for tonight.
Okay. We're not going to reveal what the threshold prize is, but if we don't hit that threshold number, then we're going to do a consolidation prize, which is going to be a gift card. I haven't determined where just yet.
I got something already lined up, buddy.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, to those of y'all watching, join our Sports Bar Trivia, crowd.live, and enter code 3F2HN. Coach, I'm going to join this time. Y'all, I don't know the questions. I don't know the questions. So,
all right.
So you know what? I'm gonna see if I can share my screen because
absolutely. Hey, King, while you do that, I'm gonna go over the rules, but or do you want me to, or do you want to go ahead and take care of that one thing about everything going on in Nashville and Tennessee and all that area, and Greenville and all the places?
I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware of what's going on.
Oh, okay. You mind if I do this one?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, as many of you know, Hurricane Helen or Helene, whichever one we want to call it, kind of ravaged through several of the areas that as we've known over here in the Southeast. It went through Georgia, went through Florida, took the tip up there by Greenville, South Carolina, made its way through Asheville, and then did a number over there in the Tennessee Valley and going all the way out towards Nashville. Hit Knoxville on the way, and Pigeon Forge, Johnson, Johnson City, and all that. For those of you that don't know right now, Asheville and parts of eastern Tennessee are essentially an island. They are flooded out right now. The town of Asheville, there's a lot of little smaller towns that looks like they've been wiped away. I kid you not. That's how bad that it has gotten. So for everybody who needs something as far as assistance coming in eastern North or western North Carolina or eastern Tennessee, do know that the roaming services have been turned on as an emergency. A lot of people were having issues regarding, well, shit, if you're out there and you got somebody who you can get in touch with or somehow get in touch with them, freaking wag them down or whatever. The roaming has to be put on your cell phone. So if you enable roaming, all the emergency roaming will be put on. There's also 0 roads going in and out of Asheville right now, and there is no roads from Tennessee into North Carolina or vice versa. You're going to have to go through Virginia, up 77 through 81, and then down to hit 40 if you need to hit anywhere by Pigeon Forge or anything else. That being said, for all of you that are within 50 miles of Fort Johnson, Fort Campbell, Fort Moore, Fort Jackson, or Fort Novosel, if you go onto the main page, Army Emergency Relief has released a statement up there that if you need any type of assistance through the Red Cross through Monday at 8 a.m., to give them a call. Their national number is 877-272 7337. Please give them a call before 8 o'clock today, so that this way, if anybody's over there at Arsenal or over at Moore or Redstone Arsenal, Fort Eisenhower, Fort Moore, Campbell, everybody that's up in between, you guys gonna get done. Another thing too regarding everybody that's in the state of Georgia, if you were affected. The Georgia Emergency Management has also sent up several state resources that you might be qualified for. Again, that is up on the main page right now. And for everybody that is also just wondering about kind of the destruction, to give you a heads about what is happening, there is a cut of the river on I-40 that parallels I-40, or I-40 parallels the river is the best way to say it. There is a good 10-foot drop in grade from where the river is when it's high to where I-40 usually is. At first, the water level got so high enough that the ground underneath the road caved it in, and then there were certain areas of I-40, especially closer to the bridges, that essentially washed over. That part is still underwater, and they have to determine whether or not there's any structural damages to the bridges. So it might take a while to get through that area, especially seeing that the only way accessible in right now. Oh no, I take that back. Air flights and air rescue has been let in, but that's going to take a while to get in. And the roads to get everything constructed is going to take a bit until the water recedes. So if you're in safely, just please go ahead and ensure that you're okay. All right. Yeah, that one good, King?
Yeah, man, dude, that's awesome. While we also wait as people join, don't forget, go to crowd.live, enter the code 3F2HN to be able to join here. I'm going to do that and showcase it on the screen as well. We're trying to make this army proof for people to be able to join. So I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to follow those same instructions. Crowd.live, type it in, enter. All right, boom. It tells you to enter a code 3F2HN. Click enter. I'm gonna just put my name, King Smith, and then click join, and I'm in there. It is just like that, just that easy. Okay, so I shared my screen doing it. Y'all should not have any issues. Again, crowd.live, enter code 3F2HN, and we will get started here shortly. So I'm going to tell a story while we wait for people to join. I was in Atlanta, as I said at the beginning of our live stream, and I was in Marietta to be specific. And when I was leaving, I was planning on leaving Friday morning. The hurricane came through like Thursday evening around my area. And specifically in Marietta, there was heavy rain, and things like that, but it didn't flood. But there was a crap ton of rain that came through. And I recall thinking to myself, man, I should have left before this thing really hit this area because I was driving and, drive back home up to Maryland. When I came down through Charlotte. So Virginia to through North Carolina and then west. When I was going to go back home, GPS had recommended that same route, but my spider sense was like, no, don't take that. So I left early Friday morning. It was still pouring down raining. I passed no less than 6 cars on the side of the road. One particularly sped past me. I'm doing 45 with my flashers on in low visibility. They were going at least 90, coach. And about a mile down the road, I see them twisted up on the side of the road, hit the damn guardrail. And I'm like, why are you speeding in this kind of rain? There was an 18-wheeler that had jackknife. It was crazy. From Georgia up to Chattanooga, and then as far as west as Knoxville, I was still in it. And once I got past Knoxville, I got pretty clear of it. But that weather, man, it did a number for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty daggone bad out there, man. It really was. Just up in that area, driving through there, man. I don't know how the hell you were able to do it, but did you have to take 81 to get all the way up there to where you're at?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I took 75 to, I think it's 40, and then 40 to 81.
Yeah. That's how. So the route normally, I believe, would be either 77 or 26. Either one of those two go right into Atlanta. I know 20 also goes into Atlanta. That's how I usually go. But that area is inaccessible basically right now in Asheville. 27 or 26 and 40 through Asheville is completely impassable, thus also making it impassable to Tennessee.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it kind of sucks out there, but there is a couple. But this is one thing I am going to say regarding this. There's really. I'm not going to say that this is global warming. This isn't global warming. This is probably just something that we've built a little bit way too much, gotten way too comfortable, and have realized that people that years ago were dealing with stuff like this and didn't have 3/4 of the technology or the way to gripe as much as we do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're in a cycle right now. We're not in a change, but we're in a cycle. And part of this cycle is an increase of, some certain types of storms and shit.
Hey, you could do what some people I know do and blame Trump because that seems to be.
Oh, dear God. We're not getting into that. That's a Monday edition show.
Oh, man. All right. So, y'all, we are 6 minutes away from starting our trivia. Can I do a split screen? Let me see something here.
What's that, buddy?
I thought about trying to get some time here because we got about 6 minutes, and I wanted to show what's the update for our WTF Nation Radio fantasy football.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
But I don't want to take this screen away, because it's got the vital information that we need for people to join. So let me try something else here. I can make this work.
All I got to say is that I did not see the rest of the games today. I definitely, I made a wrong choice on my wide receiver, but it wasn't going to do anything because CQ got me too much. There was no way I was going to win this one, even if I made changes.
I got a bit of a sweat going on. So CQ was talking trash. Like, that's just what got me. He's watching on the Sports Bars Facebook page, and he put, "Did we cover fantasy yet? I want to know who's in first." Look, he's, I think, the only one that hasn't lost the game yet. And he's talking mad trash, right? And I believe he might end up being the highest scoring person this week. All right, I think I can do this. Let me share this screen. Okay. And then can I split screen? That doesn't look good. Let's do this.
I will say with mine, I'm a little upset, and the only reason why I say I'm a little upset is because the guy who I should have traded, I ended up benching him and put in a guy who scored 21.3 points today. I put in Deontay Johnson. But I kept Stephon Diggs in my starting lineup. He only scored me 18 points, and I should have gone with Mike Evans, who I wanted to trade you to you. He would have scored you 25 this week.
You know, 1 week doth not make a good trade. But I'm in a bit of a sweat right now here. You know what? I am going to swap this out. So I'm in a bit of a sweat right now. Yeah, here go Pop Culture Warrior. So as of right now, I am losing, but I've got some big names left to play. Whereas Corey's team, who right now only has one win, right now is projected to beat me. Look, I did well starting Baker Mayfield. I was happy about that. But he's sitting here with who does he have left to play? He has Calvin Ridley left to play tomorrow, whereas I have James Cook, who's playing now, Derrick Henry in the Buffalo-Baltimore matchup, which I should have went to that game, and Jalen Waddle, who plays tomorrow. Can I come back? It's doable. It's doable. I just need Calvin Ridley to suck and only get like 2 catches for.
You just need a miracle from all of your people out there.
Yep.
Yep. Hey, Pete, instead of going on YouTube, why don't you guys hop on? Same thing to you too, Pop Culture Warrior.
Hey, come on and join crowd.live. Enter code 3F2HN. Let's see if y'all can beat me. Beat me. That's the goal. Beat me. All right. Matt.
Hey, but I did just notice that Grooming and Reviews did change his name to Sparta HQ Network. So, all right.
Yeah, there we go. Now, whoever Mort is, Mort didn't manage his lineup. Devontae Adams was already ruled out, and he didn't make the swap to put any of his other wide receivers in, which he had any of the 4 except Amari Cooper up here, 4 out of the 5 would have netted him 20 points, but it still wouldn't have been enough to beat Mike Larson this week. And let's take a look at CQ. Yeah. He had everybody go off. The end. Except,
by the way, Pete will be done before 9:30.
Bet. Yes, absolutely. We certainly will be, Pete. Jaden Daniels. Hey, he's looked good. He's looked good.
Yeah.
You can say that the Commanders ain't really played nobody yet, but he's looked good.
Hey, I am going to say that he got a lucky. He did get a rabbit's foot out of his ass. Look at DeAndre Swift today. Yeah, that's how you get a win when you get a lucky horseshoe shoved up your ass that way, CQ.
I look at the Commanders winning against the Browns, and that 10-13 matchup at 1 against the Ravens. If I didn't already have a commitment, I would go to that game. I think that game is going to be packed.
Oh man, I know.
And worth it. Let's see. But look, CQ is going to get another win, but he's not going to win the fantasy league. So saith I.
Yeah, kiss my ass, CQ.
Ambassador Wilson is back, and he's going to end up winning out against Radar as Ambassador Wilson. I mean, he had the nuts almost with everybody going off except for his quarterback. Patrick Mahomes looked real pedestrian, but they keep getting cheated. I mean, find a way for the refs to, help them win, and they're off to the most ridiculous 4-0 start of any team so far because they've been squeaking by on wins. And Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey, those two together have just not looked well. And I saw that there was an injury to Rashee Rice, who might have a torn ACL and is looking at likely being done for the season, which is it sucks because he was starting off to look like to have definitely a first team NFL season this season. And to round us off, my man Tim Hinkle is going to look at putting Flash's revenge away. I don't believe that Flash has enough to be able to come back and overtake Tim with the players that Tim has left. He would need for Detroit to not do anything tomorrow against Seattle, but we can get a good idea based on tonight's score of the Buffalo and Baltimore game of what Tim has to overcome in order to win that one. Now, Coach, where are we looking at on players that have joined?
Yeah, I think we do. Now, King, are you in as well?
Oh, did I get booted up? Oh, yep, nope. I'm in.
All right, you're in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all of you that are in the waiting room right now and are listening in, I'm going to explain to you the rules real fast of the game. We are going to have 3 topics. There will be 5 questions per topics. Today's topics are the NBA, motorsport, and the NFL. Questions 1 through 4 of a topic will be multiple choice, and question 5 of a topic is a wager question, which will require a numerical answer. Now, on your multiple choice questions, you will have 300 possible points per question with 5 possible answers. You will have 30 seconds to answer these questions, and it is a decreasing points, which means that every second, 10 points are taking off your score. The faster you score, the more points you get. On your wager question, you will enter an amount 0 to all of your points to wager for that question. And that question will require you to enter a number answer. And if the number has a variant, plus or minus, all answers within the variant are correct. Scoring is cumulative between topics with no points lost for incorrect answers, and the total score after the 3 topics determines the winner. Any questions? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't see any questions out here in the chat. I don't see any questions coming from the interwebs. King, you're sure as heck are quiet because you know you're about to get schooled. So, ladies and gentlemen, why don't I just shut my mouth and let's go ahead, begin the countdown, because in 30 seconds we are going live. Oh, yeah. So, King, what do you think? First, second, third, do you think you're going to finish on the podium today?
Yes, absolutely. There is no way that anybody that has joined is going to beat me. Again, I don't know what the questions are. Coach runs this himself. So let's
All right, ladies and gentlemen, announcement for the grand prize. Any person that beats King will get a $25 gift certificate from me. Okay, we're going in 3, 2, 1, begin sports trivia. Question number 1 for the NBA. This former New York Knicks forward won 11 championships as a head coach, most all time. Is it A? Oh, wait a minute. I got to manually start those questions. Oh, that stinks. Okay, yeah, go ahead and just put that in there. Why did that not go? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And ladies and gentlemen, this former New York Knicks forward won 11 NBA championships as a head coach, most of all time. It is D. Phil Jackson.
Damn it.
Yes. All right. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out the playing because I did not want to auto. Okay. No, never mind. It is now going to start this. All right. Manually start the question. We'll go from there. That's what I wanted to do, is manually start my questions. Sorry about that, y'all. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where am I? Oh crap! I'm on the wrong. I'm on the wrong part. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Sorry about that. Moving on to question number 2. This is the number of NBA championships the Boston Celtics have won in their history. Is it A, 15, B, 16, C, 17, D, 18, or E, 19?
We just talked about
17 seconds. You know, Larry Bird in that time period could probably have shot at least 12 three-pointers and probably would have ended up hitting 11 out of those 12. Give him one wrong and they'll be ticked off. But this is the number of the NBA championships he's won, not number of 3 points. And it is D18. All right, give me one more second. I am going to try to look for one other thing to see if I can try to change something up here. I'm just trying, sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to change something up here. And unfortunately, while it goes live, I don't think I can change it. So I am not going to be, you guys are going to see the questions or you guys are going to see the answers as it comes up. So I'm not even going to be able to read the question before it. My apologies. All right, moving on to question number 3. This teenager was drafted with the 5th pick of the 1995 NBA draft. Is it A, Tracy McGrady, B, Corleone Young, C, Kevin Garnett, D, Kobe Bryant, or E, Kwame Brown? 1995. It's hard to believe that that's going to be 30 years ago next year, but that's when this player was drafted 5th with the 1995 NBA draft. A, B, C, or D. Ladies and gentlemen, get those answers in. The correct answer is C, the big ticket, Kevin Garnett, drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Moving on to question number 4. This is the first NBA franchise to play in San Diego where there is no current NBA team. Is it A, the Clippers, B, the Warriors, C, the Kings, D, the Rockets, or E, the Lakers? This one might actually be a little harder for a lot of people out there. All of these teams, well, they all played in California. Some of these teams played in San Diego. But who was the first franchise to play in San Diego? Ladies and gentlemen, it was A, the Clippers. Yes, the Clippers. All right. Now we're moving on to our wager question, in which everybody will have 30 seconds to put in your weight. What the fuck? Why did it not do the wager question? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why it just didn't do it that way. Okay. Are you guys able to put in the answer? All right, King, thanks. I take that in your head.
Yes.
Well, that's the number that Dennis Rodman wore when he played for the Chicago Bulls. I guess the wager questions are not going to come up on there. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your answers in. And unfortunately, only 2 of y'all got this in on there. I apologize. I thought the wager question was coming, but it did not answer for the wager. And, ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is A91. All right. Let me take a look right now. Let's see what the rankings are. First place is Seth. Second place is King. And we got Mad Mike over in 3rd place. All right. Well, hey, King, you're in 2nd place right now. So go ahead and start talking crap.
Now I'm changing that. I'm changing that quickly.
Sure you're not. All right. I am trying to look through on this personal break right now, just so that I can see what's happening with this start. Okay, host controlled mode, fully automatic mode. No, I wanted host control mode. And I want manually start questions. Okay, seeing that this thing is not manually allowing me to start these questions. No, there we go. There it is. Automatic start question timer off. Perfect. Finally got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go back to our questions now into the next topic of motorsports. This is how many NASCAR Cup Series races the King, Richard Petty, won throughout his career. Is it A, 100, B, 125, C, 150, D, 175, or E, 200 go? That's a little bit easier. That's how I actually wanted to get it to play. All right, King. I think I'm going to make a couple changes on here now that I see how all of this is going. I might actually adjust the points down for the next time we play this. Do a little fine tuning on this, kind of how the King Richard Petty fine tuned his engine to a number of races while he was in NASCAR. But how many was they in NASCAR? Was it A, B, C, or D? Ladies and gentlemen, it is E. 200 races the King Richard Petty won in NASCAR. Moving on to question number 7. This F1 driver leads this series with 104 career wins. Is it A, Max Verstappen, B, Niki Lauda, C, Lewis Hamilton, D, Michael Schumacher, or E, Ayrton Senna? Yeah, this is a heck of a lot better doing it this way. But what I'm realizing is I'm giving everybody 30 seconds to answer the question. I think we only need about 20 seconds to answer the question. What do you think, King?
Yeah, I think if you lower it to 20, like either you know it or you're guessing, and it doesn't give the opportunity for people to like
Yeah.
up something. So
Yeah, I am thinking about that. So I am going to move this down to 20 seconds for the next time and keep everything going. But I am going to show what the correct answer is. And if you know anything about F1, you know that this guy has 104 career wins, just had his one last month. And it is C, Sir Lewis Hamilton. All right, moving on to question number 8 in motorsport. This is the U.S. holiday, the weekend. This is the U.S. holiday weekend the Indy 500 runs on annually. Is it A, Mother's Day, B, Memorial Day, C, Father's Day, D, 4th of July, or E, Labor Day? This is a good one, though.
we talked about this one on the show. So if you
I
watch
know.
sports
I know.
bar,
It's my
you would have
favorite
known this.
day.
You would have
It's
known
my
this.
favorite day. 3 races happening all at the same time, or all on the same day. It's great. Formula One at Monaco in the morning, and then the Indianapolis 500, and then the Coca-Cola 600. But what weekend was it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was B, Memorial Day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good job on those answers. All right, question number 9. This is the largest racetrack by length in the United States that hosts a major touring series. Is it A, Road America, B, Laguna Seca, C, Daytona Road Course, D, Circuit of the Americas, or E, Talladega Super Speedway? I had to throw Alabama in there just so that I can throw something in for you. Ever been to Talladega?
Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm picking that one. I really don't know this one. I'll just tell y'all.
See, now,
I
if
think
you were a true
Talladega.
motorsports fan, you probably wouldn't even know about it either because 3 of those are NASCAR tracks. One isn't, and one used to be. But which one is the longest, ladies and gentlemen? It is A, Road America in Ohio.
I had no
All
idea.
right, ladies and gentlemen, as this wager question is supposed to be set up, let me just double check it. I doubt it's going to go, but I will give you all the hints regarding this one. The hint was 7-time champions. All right, 7-time champions. Let me see if you can get the wager in. Nope, you can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the combined number of 7-time championship drivers in NASCAR, IndyCar, and Formula One. You have 30 seconds. Begin. So, I want the number of 7-time championship drivers that combined. All 3 of those I need to find out.
Do we lose
All
points if
3.
we
Please
guess?
tell me which one it was.
Do
All
we lose
right.
points if we guess?
All 3. How many? Not getting a lot of answers coming up on this one. Not a problem there. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know how many 7-time champions there are in those 3 racing series, there are 6. Gave you a hint on the gift right there. Jimmy Johnson is one. I already talked about another one who is King Richard Petty. And the third one from NASCAR is the one, the only Dale Earnhardt Sr. In IndyCar, there is only one, that is number 14, AJ Foyt. And in Formula One, well, I already gave you one of the answer, and the answer for the second one was one of the is multiple choices. That is Sir Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look once again at the leaderboard. Oh, my dear God. Ladies and gentlemen, King Smith has taken the lead. Now, for everybody that does not beat King Smith, I am not giving you all anything. But seeing that it's just Mad Mike and Seth, well, Mad Mike, I might not do anything. Seth, I may. But Seth, you got to bring it up here in the football, man. You got to beat King. Please beat King tonight on Sports Trivia. We are moving into the NFL. This is the nickname of Hall of Fame wide receiver Calvin Johnson. Is it A, Autobot, B, Optimus Prime, C, Starscream, D, Megatron, or E, Decepticon?
Yeah, I was pressing the button. I was like, click, 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 click.
This is an easy one, man. This was a layup for question 11. I mean, this one was pretty easy. I was hoping to get some more people. I will say that when some people answered this question on Wednesday, there were a lot of Optimus Primes and Decepticons. That will tell you something. But we are trying to find out what Calvin Johnson's nickname was, ladies and gentlemen. Why the hell did it go to Autobot? That was incorrect. I am going to change that for everybody who answered incorrectly, which everybody answered incorrectly. I am awarding full points to everybody for that. Now, that's my fault. I did not change that into the question. So let me move on to the next question.
Okay.
Double check to make sure that that was there. All right. It's actually Megatron. So answer received. Everybody got that.
All right.
Get rid of this Autobot one. All right. Question number 12. This is how many yards Adrian Peterson ran to set an NFL record for a single game. Was it A, 275, B, 288, C, 296, D, 302, or E, 310? This one might get a little confusing.
I know this.
So you got to know what the number was. You got to know what the old number was. And I remember what the old numbers were, too. Plus, on top of that, I had to look at this. I didn't remember Adrian Peterson being on the daggone Washington Redskins.
Yep.
Yeah, forgot all about that. Always thought of him as a Minnesota Viking, which he was when he ran for an NFL record. C, 296 yards. And the record that he broke was actually Corey Dillon's from Cincinnati, who rushed for 295. Before that, 275 yards. You know who did that?
The Baltimore guy. Was it Jamal Lewis?
No. Jamal Lewis had a 2,000-yard season. I'm talking about it in a single game. 275 yards.
No.
Sweetness, Walter Payton.
Oh, Payton. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's who held the NFL record for a long time until Corey Dillon got it. All right. Unlucky question number 13. Here we go. This longtime NFL head coach, has never had a losing season. Is it A, Tom Landry, B, Don Shula, C, Andy Reid, D, Mike Tomlin, or E, Bill Parcells? This is an interesting one. Yeah.
I think I know it.
See, and and if you notice, I there's a couple of them that I could say that, but they're unproven right now because they don't have a number in the league. But look how many of these coaches had numerous numbers in the league, but only one of them has never had a losing season. Even Belichick's had a losing season.
Oh man, now that I think about it, I know who it is.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who it is, well, shame on you because you're not watching the current NFL. It is D, Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has not had a losing season since taking over as the head coach for the 2008-2009 season. Yeah.
I thought
that's
it was
how long it's been, man.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to question number 14. All right. This is the only conference in which each team has won a Super Bowl. Is it A, the NFC East, B, the AFC East, it's supposed to be East, not easy, C, the NFC Central, D, the NFC West, or E, AFC East? Or AFC West, whatever the hell I'm trying
I
to
know
say.
which one it's not.
Which one is the only one that has? You see, there's only one that has.
Yeah, and it's the only
Three
one
that
that makes
haven't,
sense.
or three that have had three.
It's the only
Two
one
that have had one, and the others have had two.
and we know it's not the NFC South.
No, the NFC South, heck no. No,
Yeah.
it's not. But what conference is the only one? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is A, the NFC East. Philly completed that one when they beat the Patriots. What was that, 2017 or 18?
Mm-hmm.
One of those years, yeah, one of those years that they won when they beat the Patriots. That completed it. The other teams for the AFC East, the Bills, have not won a Super Bowl. Over in the NFC West, it is, hold on, San Fran, Seattle. What's the other two teams? Arizona is the one who did not win that. And in the AFC West, it is the San Diego Chargers. Those are the other teams that have not. Yeah, pretty cool. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up to the final question on sports trivia. Wow, this is going pretty fast. This is supposed to be a wager question, but this question, the hint is states of Super Bowls. States of Super Bowls. This is how many states hosted the Super Bowl only once. Total number of states that have hosted the Super Bowl only once. 30 seconds. Begin. This is going to be a hard one to think about.
Let's see, let's knock out two. Think how many states have had
See, and that's the thing, is which ones have had multiple. That got me mixed up originally when I was asked this question, and then I remembered that the one that I said didn't have one. The two that I did put have it, but at that time there was only two, because the correct answer when I was asked this question was two. But the correct answer is three.
Yeah.
The three states that have not hosted, or that have only hosted the Super Bowl once: Las Vegas last year, first time ever in Vegas that they hosted it. Indianapolis, I don't remember what year it was, but Lucas Oil Stadium hosted one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the debacle over at MetLife Stadium, which was the Seahawks and the Broncos, which happened in New Jersey. New York State has never hosted a Super Bowl. You know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to end the game and find out who our winner is. Coming up in third place is, come on, Seth in third place with 1473. Second place is Mad Mike in 1607. You mean to tell me that you frickin' won this game? No. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Wait a second. Wait a minute. This shit's about to get real right now. What the fuck?
Oh!
Now it's over.
Oh! If you were not watching, the coaches came on camera. Oh!
That's 5 seconds. That'll never come back.
That is AI coach. What is happening?
Oh, wait a minute. Well, what happened there?
What is happening right
Yeah,
now?
you see, that's what kind of bullshit that is. That's the kind of bullshit that happens.
Look,
The
look, look,
fucking
look, look.
the fucking wizard has to come out from behind the daggone from behind the curtain to say, "How the fuck did you win?"
Hey, look.
If you all right, I think I know what I messed up on. There were supposed to be wager questions,
Mhm.
and I never put the wager on.
Okay.
So that's what screwed me up, was that there was supposed to be a wager question and I never put the wager on. I should have, but I did not get a chance to do it before we went live, man. That's my fault.
No, no, no. There's a couple of things too, because I have to apologize. I talked about, hey, being able to market this early, yeah, and things like that. And I've been traveling, so I wasn't able to get the stuff put out and set up earlier. I did see that our marketing guy did create it and share it and things like that. But I still need to do a better job of putting it out on my personal pages and stuff to get people to come in. Look, here's the cool thing about me winning. We have some amazing stuff that we have to give to our winners, but we're not gonna let. Last month, I gave away a signed Drew Bledsoe jersey that was authenticated and everything, and I believe it was Seth that won it.
Yeah.
So Seth, we appreciate you coming back for our second monthly sports bar here at WTF Nation Radio. But we need to see a minimum number of people to be able to have our really good prizes show up. So the good thing about me winning is show up next month, try to beat me so that we could give away some of these amazing prizes that Coach and I have collected or purchased or received through various means. So we have
Absolutely. You know what I had too? And this is the thing that's funny. So I thought about getting when I went down to Darlington, I got something, just a generic little NASCAR thing from Darlington, right?
Mhm.
2 weeks from now, I'm going to be heading to the Roval over in Charlotte.
Dope.
So whoever won today I was going to get some memorabilia from their favorite driver, or if not, I was going to get a second thing for them over there. So
See, and y'all didn't show up, and y'all didn't beat, and those that did show up didn't beat me. So guess what? You get nothing. But come back and next month. We're gonna do another sports bar trivia. Let's see. Let's look at October the 27th. Let me double check my calendar to make sure I'm not gonna
yeah, I
be.
got to double check mine too. Hold on, I'm all right. Yeah, I'll be here for October 27th.
Okay, yes, I do see something about Oktoberfest, but that's in the morning. Yeah, yeah. We will have the sports bar trivia the last Sunday in October. That'll be October the 27th at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Y'all's goal is to beat me, your boy, the actual King Smith, as I am number one.
Yeah, I am.
Feels good, Coach.
I am definitely changing up the scoring for the next one, and you know what? That's what I got to think of. Is that maybe we should put up a poll. Does Facebook still do those damn polls? Like I know groups used to do that, but like, do they still have like where you can do a
Let's
poll for something on there?
let's look. Are you talking about doing the poll on the sports bar?
I should say we should do a poll on the sports bar.
Let me look.
Top three, top three categories will
We
be the
cannot.
selected. But that being said, they're not going to be my layup questions. They're going to be fucking hard.
Yep, we cannot do polls on our Facebook.
Ah, all right, no worries about that. I'll figure out something. We'll come up with something really good. I'm thinking actually of just making it 15 random sports questions.
Okay.
Just
Do that.
straight random. Like go from hockey to like fucking tennis or boxing. Just something like that and get them.
Feels so good to be the winner. Now, Coach,
Oh, dear God.
but on NBC or Peacock, if you got the Peacock app, you can watch the Bills as they play against my Ravens, where at the end of the first, the score is Buffalo 3, Baltimore 7. Derrick Henry took off and scored on an 87-yard touchdown run. They need to just give King Henry the ball and play good defense, and they'll win games. What do you think about your Jets? And I don't want to get your blood pressure up, but I watched that game. What happened? We need to know what the fuck happened.
So, what the fuck happened was that we do have morons, and I say we have morons who support our team, like me, that are never going to be happy unless they win every single game. But when they do lose a game, they lose games in absolutely massive ways that drive us nuts. And today was another example of that. The Jets scored 9 points, could not get the ball into the end zone. We're at the 1 foot line and took a field goal because they got knocked out of it due to stupid penalties and terrible offensive line play. Let's just say that it was a fugly game too because it was raining and windy over there in the Meadowlands, and it's never good. Much like that debacle that happened against Seattle and Peyton Manning. Yeah, that whole thing was over at the Meadowlands, and that's what happened with today's game, and that's why the Jets sucked today. And Aaron Rodgers was terrible, and it looked like they didn't do anything at all on offense. And it's true. It's because, well, Robert Saleh and Nathaniel Hackett both need to be fired. They should have been fired last year, but because of the incompetencies of Zach Wilson after Aaron Rodgers got hurt, well, that's why they stayed on. But they should have been fired, and they need to have been fired like yesterday. They're terrible.
Man,
the coaches suck.
If you take a look at the team stats, right? So if you didn't know who did what, let's take a look. One team has 16 first downs, the other one has 12. One team had the ball time of possession almost 32 minutes, the other one 28 minutes. One team loaded penalties, 13 penalties for 90 yards, while the other one 5 penalties for 74. Both teams had 1 fumble lost. One team ran all over the other team, 126 to 64. And what's the other thing that stood out?
Now, here's the other thing that got me, and this was an actual stat. Bo Nix, at one point in the first half, was like 5 for 6 for -7 yards.
Yes.
Fucking
total plays 70 to 56.
Yeah.
And when you break all of that down, and the fact that both teams had the same amount of drives on offense, 13 apiece, you're like, how did they lose this game 10-9? It doesn't make
They
any
could not get into the end zone. I don't know what the hell their problem was. The O-line played like shit, and yeah, they were outcoached by Robert Saleh. Has gone from sugar to shit. He is a terrible head coach. That's all I'm going to say, is that he is the Aaron Boone, but he's losing.
Dang. Hey, here's the Jets' saving grace. The fact that New England and Miami looks like they're just not going to recover for the rest of this year. At least y'all got a shot at a wild card spot. Being taking a look at the rest of y'all's schedule and the fact that y'all play Miami and New England.
Yeah. And the thing too with Miami is that whole Tua situation, man, it has affected everybody. Tyreek is not the same, and none of the weapons are the same anymore over there in Miami. They are not the same with Tua. They may have to draft a quarterback next year. In fact, actually, I'm almost definite that you're going to see Miami move up into the draft to try to pick somebody to replace Tua.
Ooh,
yeah.
Interesting. You know what? I'm curious because I've been watching a lot of the NCAA this year, and I'm curious what quarterbacks are early leaders on the NFL draft boards. I'm gonna take a look at that here real quick.
Well, whichever one is probably going to end up being in the Giants or on the Carolina Panthers next year.
Let's see. When you take a look at the mock draft, looking at quarterbacks, Do they have it out yet? Here we go. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. No. Shedeur Sanders is not that good. No.
He was the only name that anybody could have ever have done.
No.
That's the only reason why, and it's about talent. I don't believe he is any good either.
Travis Hunter. So it's literally Travis Hunter and Sanders at 1 and 2. Travis Hunter is that dude. I don't see RG3. RG3 put out a tweet on X, whatever it's called now, and X message on X about how Hunter is phenomenal on both sides of the ball. And there were several current and former NFL players that said, well, yeah, he's doing that against boys, but the NFL is grown men. He can't go both ways. He's going to have to pick a side. Do you think that Hunter needs to focus on just one side, or while he's in college, play both sides so that he can improve his draft stock and be
I say play both sides, and this is why. Look what it did to Champ Bailey. Look what it did to Woodson. There was another one who also played both sides too. I can't remember who it was, but then went straight to defensive back. Defensive back will end up making them like Dion. I think it was Dion that I was thinking of, but Dion played both sides of the ball too at one point. I would say, you know what, do it as a flirtation, much like they did with Woodson at the beginning with the Raiders. They didn't do it with Champ Bailey because, well, Washington's full of, knuckleheads running that place, but hell, if Will Johnson is that good as a cornerback and he's going to be a lockdown corner in that way, play, return kicks, do whatever. Hell, even if he turns into like an above average DB, but he turns into like Devin Hester, on returns. Hell yeah, that's a marketable skill, and Devin Hester's in Canton right now. So yeah, go ahead and do it.
We'll close with this. Here are the top quarterbacks through week 4 that several draft pundits are talking about. Cam Ward from Miami, Shedeur Sanders, Quinn Ewers out of Texas, Jalen Milroe from Alabama, Roll Tide. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Carson Beck. Look, Carson Beck is not. I don't even think Carson Beck should be drafted in the first 3 rounds. I think he's going to get exposed when he gets more eyes in looking at his playing style. I watched that dude make errors, not just against the Bama team, but I looked at film of Georgia's prior 2 games, and Beck doesn't throw well. He throws off. And I'm like, why aren't people talking about how this guy who was a Heisman favorite, but he played on a phenomenal Georgia team, that he's not that good of a quarterback?
They said the same thing about Bryce Young.
They did. Look, I'm not going to front. I wasn't if we talked about Bryce Young, I am 100% certain that I came out and said, great college quarterback. I'm like, I didn't see Bryce Young making himself a name in the NFL.
I know you didn't.
Never.
There were others, though. Everybody thought that Bryce was going to be the next big one. Nope.
And I am a huge homer. I love everything about Alabama football and those young guys that come through and commit there to get their education. I mean, NIL deals. I mean, win championships for the University of Alabama. But I never saw anything in Bryce Young that made me go, he's going to have a long NFL career. I just never saw it in him. And I see the same thing with Carson Beck. If you draft Carson Beck in the first round, he's going to be out of the league before he finishes his year.
I have to agree with you on that, man. I do.
Like I don't even see Beck as a backup. He's not.
King.
Yo,
King, real fast. Today actually was the end of something. You realize that, right? I know that we haven't even talked all that much about it, but today was the end of something.
What's that?
Today was the end of the regular season in Major League Baseball.
Yes, yes, yes. I did have some Major League Baseball stuff to talk about, but if you
Yeah,
got
no. My things were this year. Let me see. Bobby Witt hit 332 to lead the league. Aaron Judge led the league with 58 home runs and 144 RBIs. Let's see. Bobby Witt had 211 hits. That led the league. He was the only person who hit over 200 hits. Vlad Guerrero only hit 199. Jose Calabero from Tampa Bay had 44 stolen bases to lead the league. But let's go over the wins. Tariq Skabul from Detroit had 18 wins this year, and he also had the lowest ERA at 2.39. And Emmanuel Clays from Cleveland with 47 saves led the American League. Let me see. This is the only shit I really care about with the minor league. Luis Reyes has won the batting championship now 3 years in a row for 3 different teams. That's a rare accomplishment. That is an absolute rare accomplishment. But he beat out Shohei Ohtani by 4 points for the batting crown. Shohei finished the year with 54 home runs, 130 stolen bases, and 59 stolen bases and 130 runs batted in. Dear God. And Luis Reyes actually did get 200 hits this year, so him and Bobby Witt both got them. And in the NL, Chris Sale with 18 wins for Atlanta and a 2.38 ERA, same as the dude in Detroit, ended up having a great season. Looks like he might actually win between him and Wheeler, might actually win the Cy Young this year. So other than that, gang, that was there we go. We just summed up the entire Major League Baseball season in fucking 5 minutes.
I have a bone to pick about StubHub. So
What's that?
I bought tickets to the Mets Braves game as I was staying.
Yeah.
I could have walked to the Braves Stadium. Side note, if you have the opportunity to space A on Dobbins Air Force Base, do it. It's not bad, and it's kind of like right down the road. But
Okay.
I bought tickets using StubHub. Now, StubHub, you pay for the ticket and their fee, and you'll get your ticket. If the game is postponed because of weather, like a freaking hurricane, you don't just automatically get a refund of all of your money. StubHub will send you a message that tells you you can resell your ticket if it gets rescheduled. So the game got rescheduled to, I think, originally today, but then they pushed it to tomorrow, or it could have been just rescheduled to
they had to push it till Monday. Yeah, it was supposed to be Sunday, but then they couldn't fit everything into the schedule due to the tiebreaker. So the Mets have a doubleheader tomorrow against the Braves. Yeah.
Yep. So I bought the tickets in advance for the Thursday game that was originally going to be happening, but the hurricane came through, canceled all of that. So I had to either A, relist my tickets and hope that they sell, and or B, even if they did sell, I would have had to hike up the cost just to cover the amount that I lose, because you don't get the fee for selling it. You get whatever your listing price was. So the tickets at the along the home run off of left field were cheap, $25. All right. So am I tripping about losing? It was like 80 some bucks total for both teams. I'm sorry, for 2 tickets plus the fees. It was $82. No, but I recouped $52 of the 83 total dollars. And I don't like that policy. I'm not a fan of how much they rake in, because it was $13 or close to that per ticket for both fees. And I'm like, man, StubHub's just raking in money. Ticketmaster's policy is a lot more favorable for the consumer if something like that happens. So I can't recommend StubHub unless they sponsor us. Then that's a whole different story.
Oh, they sponsor us. Yeah, absolutely.
So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there real quick for anybody that's looking at attending events. Just be mindful of that. That if something happens and they need to cancel it, you have to relist it and hope that they sell. And even if they do, you're likely going to lose out money on the deal.
Yeah.
Versus using something like Ticketmaster that has a more favorable policy for the consumer.
Yeah, Ticketmaster is kind of a the reason why StubHub exists is because Ticketmaster is such a shitbag. Hey, by the way, you got I'm not gonna give this guy's first name, but do you know somebody with the first name that begins with an A and the last name is Brooks?
Not personally, but
Up there in that area.
No. Oh no. I thought you were talking about a guy who was a former quarterback. First name A, last name.
No, not that guy. No. A veteran by that name.
No.
Okay, never mind then. I know CQ does.
Okay.
He's at M&T right now for the game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, if we didn't have the sports bar, I might have gone to the game.
Hey, I don't blame you, brother.
I might have gone to the game, man. But I didn't want to leave the people that watches our show 2 weekends in a row. So I'm here.
That's all good, brother.
All right. Well, hey, Coach, man, this was fun. I'll see you next week.
Hell yeah, man.
All right. Well, hey, y'all, this has been another live stream episode of the Sports Bar here at WTF Nation Radio. Coach and I do this thing every Sunday at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern, but we're not the only show in town. Please be sure to tune in tomorrow for the Monday edition, hosted by Ice. Let's see. Do we have the new graphic? We do have the new graphic. Here's a list of all of our shows. Tomorrow, you will catch the Monday edition with Ice, followed by Pop Culture Warriors. CQ for Pop Culture Warrior on Tuesday. We had both FTX and co-ops this weekend. I caught a little bit of both of those streams, and I was definitely entertained at what Nemo was doing over there on Saturday. But it's not just us. We have a whole host of other shows here as well. That's all I've got. Coach, do you have anything else to close us out with?
What's that?
Do you have anything else to close us out with?
Oh, no, I don't, buddy. No, I don't.
All right. I have one more thing. Breaking news. Nobody has beat me in sports trivia here at WTF Nation Radio. So be sure to bring y'all asses back to try to beat the king and dethrone your boy as I am number one. Coach, this was fun. I appreciate you as always. And we out.
Peace.
Peace.